Good morning or afternoon or whatever time it is there, traders. It's the 20th of August, Tuesday the 20th of August. This is a Bitcoin update for you. We have a little bit of movement again on the chart, so something to discuss. A nice move up today. But yeah, this is just to go over a little bit of an update of where we are now and where we can maybe expect to be going over the course of the next few days, weeks, months, whatever. So yeah, stay tuned, hit the like button, hit subscribe, do all of those kind of things, and we'll get straight into it. So first of all, we'll just do a little bit of top-down analysis here. So the monthly chart is at the moment looking relatively healthy. Okay, what we did, of course, so far this month was we filled the gap on the monthly. So the imbalance corrected. This came back to test those January highs. I didn't think it was that long ago. The January highs when we had the ETF launch, and has had a really, really strong bounce since then. Now, what would confirm this to me to be uber bullish once again is if we do get a monthly close that's back inside these candle bodies. Okay, these monthly bodies representing the range that we've been in for the last few months, for the last quarter or two. And if there is to be a monthly close that's back inside there, I know there's still a few more days left of the month to go, 10 more days, 11 more days, however many more days it is, then I would consider that to be pretty strong. And we are looking for probably, I would say, breakout September, October. I have said that is the most likely scenario, in my opinion. For quite some time now, we've been looking at September, October, for the move higher. I mean, I said this on a video that I released on the 1st of January that we'd have a bullish Q1, correct, and then continue in Q4. So everything would look good for that. Okay, we have corrected the imbalance. We're back inside the range and things are looking relatively healthy there. So no need to be bearish about looking like considerably lower unless we start getting closes and acceptance below the imbalance that we formed on the chart here. So that's back through the gap below 50k. That would when you have to look at this being probably macro top bear market situation. But for that to happen, you need to get acceptance below 50k, and we're simply not seeing that. You bring that down to the weekly. All right, one thing that I said when we did have this dip a couple of weeks ago is that we wanted to see a weekly close back inside the range. Okay, we got the weekly close back inside the range, and we actually had the weekly close that was above the previous week lows, and we have been managing to hold that. Then you go down onto the daily, and okay, it was a similar situation. Okay, even on the day that we had the drop, you had the daily close that was back inside the range. There was no acceptance of price lower than this. It was simply a capitulation, simply wiped out traders. And now we're still trading within the same range that we have been doing for quite some time. And if you zoom out, it looks like a bit of a bull flag, right? So it's not the kind of thing that I like to trade, but a bit of a bull flag going on. And you can say the same thing about the structure that is being formed here, okay? You've had the move up, you're flagging. The likelihood is we are going to continue a little bit higher as we go on into the end of the week, especially with equities looking fairly strong at the moment as well. However, we are at some resistance. We do have this little mini range at the moment. So the last trade that I actually took on Bitcoin was last Friday. And that was along after we filled the single print, so I'll zoom out a little bit there. We had that retest of it yesterday, okay? We had the decent move up over the weekend, came back in, tested into that, and now we finally hit target. So this was the trade. This was what we were looking to see filled. When we go down onto the 30-minute time frame here, we can see the entry, all right? This is where we went long. We also had an untapped daily level there. So if I just add the daily level, it was the previous day open. Where was it? It was on this day, wasn't it? Which day was it? Friday. It was here. Okay. Go back onto the 30-minute time frame. What did we do? Okay. We had the move down that hit your previous day open. Okay. Zoom in a little bit more. Hit your previous day open. Immediate bounce. All right. To take liquidity at the highs. Okay, I did actually take profit on this very quickly when we had that first spike up, but then we're still holding the rest of that trade afterwards. Then, of course, we had the move back down, just testing into the same kind of zone again yesterday. Once again, what did this do? It filled the single print that was left behind, okay? filled it there, traded through it, reclaimed, and then on we go towards these highs again. And now where we find ourselves is back towards the top of the range. Okay, we are just doing a general rotation. What you tend to do when price is in a range like this, you just trade from balance to imbalance. And I repeat this all the time. It's all about where's the balance, where's the imbalance. Okay, any moves in any direction at the moment are getting recovered or retraced. That's just how the market is behaving right now. So what I would expect at the moment is, okay, what we expected from the move up was to correct this. Okay, you see large impulse down that gets continuation. Okay, you're looking for the initial bounce. What did it do? It corrected this, and then you get that continuation further there. And every time we create these little gaps, these little imbalances, they are getting retraced and recovered, which brings me on to probably the next trade that we're looking at now, which at the moment probably looks like a better short. Okay, because what has this done on this move up? You see acceptance, balance here, price just trading around, correcting everything as it goes along, and then you impulse on the daily open. So whether that happens today or in a couple of days' time, tomorrow, next day, whatever it is, this move here, this daily level, this daily open that's currently our daily open is likely to get retested. Very likely, because that is what we've been doing consistently. Okay, we did it back here, where on the following day, you tested it. So what could we see today? Maybe a bit more of a move up. And the following day, you come back down, you test it. But overall, I still believe that this has enough in it to be seeing a bit more of a floaty, steady move up over the course of the next few weeks that can lead us to a breakout in September or October. So that's essentially what we're looking at the moment. Now, if I was to, because I'm in these longs, I have taken profit on them. I do think that this could go a little bit higher, all right? And although I do think we're going to be coming back down here at some point, I do believe that this has a little bit more in it, probably enough to get people bullish again, essentially. So let's continue with these longs, look for the long positions, to take out some of these highs, to start to run those stops. And then what we have over here, it's taken some time to get there, but is that monthly open level. And once again, we've got those single prints, that gap that has formed from all the way back in the beginning of the month here that I would expect to see this continue on to. So that's kind of essentially what I'm looking at the moment. I do think we can see a bit more continuation first. Then I believe if we do get that continuation, I would 100% be looking for those short positions around about that monthly open. Okay, be aware it could SFP these highs. Okay, we do have a bit of a double top situation over there. They are the monthly highs. It could put in a new high for the month. But they're levels to be looking at as and when we get there. But it is that monthly open. It is those monthly highs that I would be looking for shorts to take things back down to fill any gaps that we've left behind previously. Because that is just what the market is doing right now. It's just, I mean, it's very, very boring, but it's very, very efficient. Okay, it's not doing anything too crazy. Okay, anything that it does do, it's just returning back to where it started again. And we just have to be, that's why you just have to be very diligent with taking profits quickly. Don't hold on to trades for too long, because they will round trip, and they just continuously round trip. Whether you're holding short from here, it's now been round tripped. If you're holding long from like daily open, at some stage, you're probably going to round trip it. So be very diligent with taking profits. Make sure you're taking profits quickly and often, and just focus on those single trades where the good opportunities come. So yeah, those are kind of the main levels. I'd say, like, if we're looking at two zones on the chart, you got a nice buy if there is to be a test of the daily open, which will just become an untapped daily level, and then sell if you come up to the monthly open. All right, it looks relatively simple from here, whether we're to do something like this and then we make the move higher, or whether we are going to see some continuation higher before the move down that brings us back into the range. Either way, I think those are two levels that you can be looking to trade. Is there anything else that we really have to say on this? I don't have XO open. Whoops. But if I load the session volume profile on here, NPOCs. So this being the weekly open yesterday, yeah, there is the NPOC left behind here that takes us back in towards that weekly open. So once again, that's something to be aware of. You can see again here how efficient the market is. NPOCs are not being left behind, and when they are tapped, they are getting reactions more often than not. All right, we can see even from the bounce, that first bounce that we had from all the way back at the beginning of the month, what did it hit? It was the naked point of control. Okay, before we got that rejection and correction, it was the highest point that it really could do without changing market structure and being bullish again. But where are these other levels on the charts? They are from those naked points of control. Once again here. So those are the areas of balance that you have to trade with. And then of course the gaps, the fair value gaps, the impulse candles, these kind of things, those are the areas of imbalance that we have to trade from. So you're trading balance and imbalance just consistently. And yeah, it tends to be getting some pretty decent results at the moment. There's nothing really more for me to say on this one. I think we've probably wrapped it up. I'm not going to go over all of the ETF nonsense and CVD nonsense and all of that. Volume is dead, so you can't actually read anything into the order flow right now. I did see quite a few people yesterday on crypto Twitter talking about Binance. Some guy on Binance apparently shorted $500 million of Bitcoin at the lows. It was probably just Binance, right? It probably wasn't some guy trading that much size, because there isn't those guys trading that much size right now. It just isn't happening. It is a very quiet market. If you got money, you're probably on holiday. So that's why we're still expecting just not very much to happen. It is going to be the exchanges that are just moving this around and just keeping things steady for now. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up here, and yeah, have a great day. Don't give up on trading. I know these times are tough. I know they're very, very boring, and I'm extremely bored by them as well. But keep going at it. Keep the grind up. It's tough, but the reward will be there, because I do believe that we are going to be continuing to see another leg within this cycle. And that's probably what we're going to discuss next on this part of the stream. So if you want to listen to that part of the stream, then rewatch the stream or join the streams. I'm trying to stream as often as I can in the mornings at the moment. Sometimes there's nothing to discuss, so I don't. But because we had a bit of a move today, then I'm here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.